Hope it didn't keep you waiting too long.
No, sir.
Have a hush puppy. I'm going to try one of those. Have you had one yet? This will be your first. Trying hush puppies at Shane's Rib Shack. Kind of get, let's get maybe your connoisseur's opinion of this. What's it taste like there?
It's real good.
Good stuff? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to have a little kernel of corn. I'm going to try one too since I've been talking about it. I'm going to jump on board.
Nice and crunchy.
Yeah, that's the key word. Crunchy, a key word there. The one I just ate was from the earlier batch, so it was a little cool. So I'm going to eat a warm one here too. And there's something about hush puppies, always good. Always good. I like these hush puppies, man. These are good. I was asking the guys what they thought about the hush puppies. I said, man, I can't do this. I got to try out and get another one too here. We call this the hushpuppybomb.com. That's what it's all about at Shane's Rib Shack. Addison, Benton with us. Tell us your position.
I play free safety and quarterback and receiver.
Play all three?
Yes, sir.
Now, you play a little quarterback in the game. If Jarius moves like a wide receiver, even a running back, you take over quarterback.
Yes, sir.
How's that work for you?
I like it. I think Jarius is the man right now playing quarterback. But, I mean, when I come in, I can step in and I feel like I can do what I have to do to help us win.
How's the transition? Because I've seen some teams, when they make that switch sometimes, it's a little misconvoluted, I guess. How's the transition for you guys when you switch from Jarius and you take over?
I feel like it's the same. Everybody respects both of us. They feel like both of us can do what we have to do to help us win.
And you guys probably work well together too, you and Jarius, because you're in it for the same cause. You want to win the game.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys under center, kind of like in a little halfway pistol or in a shotgun back there?
Shotgun.
Back behind the center, fairly deep then.
Yeah.
Who's the center? Because this guy's got to be the main man. He's got to get the ball to you guys correctly every time.
Edgar Arias.
Mr. Arias. I told Coach last night, Coach Robertson, you've got Edgar Arias. You've also got Mr. Beltran up front on the line. Mm-hmm. So Jacob's a baseball player. So he's got a couple of baseball teammates there with Arias and Beltran up front. They have like a little baseball action going. You play any other sports? You play basketball?
Baseball.
Play baseball too?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. What position?
I play center field and left field.
I think I remember your name on that team now. So you've had some fun the past couple years that baseball
Yes,
team.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now you guys, take me back a couple of years. You guys won the Southern Guilford tournament 2 years ago, right? When it was at Southern. You guys won that one, didn't you? Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. Because it was you guys, Southern, Dudley, and maybe Northeast.
Yes, sir.
And you guys won that one. Yeah. It was always fun when Coach White's team played Coach White's team.
Yeah.
That was like Eastern versus Northeast.
Yeah.
The two White brothers, Brad White going against Jay White. I can't believe I got them both right without having to think too long, but that's the combinations there. Some very good baseball. Do you pitch any?
No, sir. I haven't pitched since my freshman year.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So you and Jacob both were also baseball players, along with the Robinson brothers.
Yes, sir.
How do you like those guys?
They're real cool. They're funny.
Good guys to have around.
Yeah.
Do they still have the beards?
Yeah. Andrew, he loves his beard.
And Andrew, they're both what this year? Juniors this year?
Juniors.
All right. I remember those guys a couple years, like I said, they were freshmen a couple years ago. But you guys had a very good baseball team. Talk with Jacob about when you guys went down to play, I guess, Hillsborough Orange in that playoff game. Nearly beat. They had to lead in that game.
Yeah.
Because I was getting the text from Danny Robinson. You guys were ahead, and they came back and knocked you off. I mean, this has got to be a big year for you guys, football-wise and baseball-wise.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to this year, then.
Yes, sir.
Should make for a quick year with all this good sports stuff going on. What's the key to the game tomorrow night? What's the importance about it? What do you have to do to beat Moorhead? What's the key for them?
Well, they have a lot of speed, so we have to keep them from getting on the outside. I feel like we can do that because we have a good defense, and I'm pretty sure we can stop them from getting outside.
Is it like when you guys playing defensive back, you got to come up and come to the ball on those runs?
Yes, sir.
How long does it take to react to something like that? Once you maybe a split second realize it's not a pass, it's going to be a run, just fly up there and try to get to the ball?
Yes, sir. Just read the offensive lineman. Like if their hats go straight up, I know if it's a pass. If they going straight down, I know it's a run.
Got to get a quick read and make your quick reaction.
Yes, sir.
That's good stuff. How's the tackling business been for you this year?
Been pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you ever beat the linebackers to the ball?
Nah.
Yeah.
Our linebackers fly to the ball real fast. Our whole defense flies to the ball. Coach Rob loves it when we fly to the ball. We practice that every day in practice.
That's a good team unit then.
Yes, sir.
Remember back in the real old days, the coach would take that football and it'd be like a guy on the left-hand side. He'd toss that ball wide to the left. Everybody's got to run to that ball.
Yeah.
I guess he blows a whistle to get everybody going. Then you got to get there by the time he blows the next whistle, or you're going to be running. That's the key thing.
Yes,
get
sir.
to that ball. We talk about that week in, week out at Shane's Rib Shack. Doesn't bother me occasionally if a guy gets a 15-yard penalty for a late hit. As long as he was hustling, get into the ball.
Yes, sir.
Take that run all day long.
Yes, sir.
Do you usually, is it like 4, 5, 6, or just a bunch of guys in there?
It's all 11 hats to the ball.
All at the same.
All 11 hats.
Even those linemen got to get there too then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, what's been your best game so far this year, you say?
I feel like my best game was probably Southern Guilford. I had an interception in that game. Yeah.
Take that one back all the way, or?
Nah, I caught it in the end zone. As soon as I caught it, he tackled me.
Gotcha, in the end zone. It's a good thing you didn't try to bring it out. You know,
Yeah.
at least he took care of that part for you then.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. So the one interception so far this year, your defense is playing good then, because Jacob had a couple last week.
Real good.
Quite a few picks. How does Jarius, Mr. Moorhead, has he had an interception yet this year?
No, he hasn't had an interception yet, but I'm pretty sure one's coming.
I think he's coming too. At his height, how tall do you think he is? 6'2"?
About 6'1".
Yeah, he's in that
6'2".
neighborhood. How tall are you yourself?
I'm 5'10".
You're tall enough. If you pick the ball off for you, you're tall enough to make an interception in.
Yes, sir.
Addison Benton, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotta make sure I memorize that name. Keep that in my mind now. Getting set for the big game against Moorhead. Now, will you be on offense starting the game tomorrow night? Or you usually look things over, then you'll come in at the quarterback spot, or how will that work?
Jarius will start off at quarterback, and whenever they need me to come in, I'll be ready to come in.
You said you play some other spots on offense too?
I play wide receiver.
Do you line up there to begin the game, or no?
No,
So you think you probably come in first at wide receiver or quarterback, or you have to wait and see?
probably quarterback.
So you guys, I mean, I'm not trying to look ahead too far, but you guys sort of make those quarterback changes fairly frequently then.
Yes, sir.
And maybe even early.
Yes, sir.
So it's not like you would send, so I know these coaches work, sometimes they'll start a quarterback in a position, he may run the whole first quarter before they even make a move. You guys maybe make it interchanging. Do you think you do that sometimes to keep the other team off guard too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But did you watch the NC State game last week?
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised they didn't get some of their own linemen off guard. They were moving so quick.
Yeah,
I had to ask this question. I don't want to ask you first. I'm glad you made me think about this, because I'm always thinking about stuff while we're talking. Do you think Florida State was faking any of those injuries? Those knees. They came walking off of those knee injuries, and they all looked to be a similar injury.
Yeah.
And everybody walked off that field, in my opinion, just my opinion, they were walking mighty slow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were. The NC State was running the ball, and they was killing them. And they was tired.
Yeah.
They was trying to get a little break in.
I think at least one of those had to be kind of a preconceived notion that guy wasn't hurt, but he was actually just kind of getting off the field to try to slow down State's momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, the NC State coach said just the same thing at the end of the game. Said it again Monday. They came back and apologized, but gosh, if you would have let State just run like they were, I don't think you could have stopped them.
No.
Because they had so much momentum, had that pace. The pace, it was just like getting together in the backyard with 3 or 4 guys,
Yes,
just
sir.
playing nonstop, which is, as long as the ball didn't hit the ground, I think it's good football.
Yes, sir.
Just keep on rolling. Now, your team, who would you compare your team to? Any teams you've seen around here, even college or pro or whatever, the style of you guys play? Is it similar to anybody else? I'm kind of putting you in a coach's position now. Sorry about that, but you can kind of break it down for us.
Well, we're a pretty good pass defense. Like, nobody can pass the ball on us. I know that. We have me, Jarius, Terrell, and Jacob all in the DBs, and we have good linebackers in Kyrie Lundy and Nathan Lewis. They're tough. Daryl Ashley up front, Brandon Hayward up front, Jeremiah Belcher. We have a real good defense that flies around to the ball. They're real fast. I would like to compare us to probably like I don't know, like an LSU type.
Okay, good.
LSU.
Good. Speed to the ball then. Speed and
fly
quickness.
to the ball.
I talked with Terrell about this. What's your ultimate goal going in that game tomorrow night?
My goal is to win.
Win first, and what's
win.
next on this list?
Get better.
Yeah, and I
Get
mentioned
better.
to him another goal too for the defense. Always our first and foremost goal if we can get a shutout.
Yes, sir.
Love to get shutouts. If you get one, maybe get another. If you get 5 out of 10, I think those are some goals that are attainable. Good word to use. I think you can get those goals because once you get one shutout, have you guys had any shutouts yet this year?
Not yet. No, we had a shutout against McMichael.
Shut those guys. Was that last week?
That was last week.
What was the final? 42 zip in that game? Or
Yes,
more?
sir.
Yeah. So you shut out. So the thing now is I want to get back-to-back shutouts.
Yes, sir.
You know, back-to-back will be perfect. Be perfect.
It'll be real good for homecoming too.
Yeah, the homecoming crowd. Plus, after the game, everybody's going to be in a good mood and
Yes, sir.
taking all this in. Yeah, that homecoming crowd should be big. Are you kind of like we talked about with Terrell and Jacob and Jarius to some degree, kind of looking forward to seeing some of the people coming back that maybe played on the teams with you before?
Yes, sir. We'd love it for them to come back. Seeing them coming back watching us, that'll make us feel good, make us play even harder, just to try to impress them,
Yeah.
show them that we're keeping the tradition of Eastern.
And you want to take this 2014 team, maybe take this team to another level.
Yes, sir.
I always like to show the guys there before how much work we've done since they left. I'm thinking, we're working hard. You guys left and you guys went and got lazy. We're working our butts off here now to make this team even better. And I even told the same thing to guys who came along after our team. I said, you guys aren't better than we were. Because if you have a good, There's something about having a good defense. I mean, sometimes a good defense, you don't want to be separate from the rest of the team.
Yeah.
But sometimes a good defense is a little bit of its own animal, you know?
Yes, sir.
Your own personal group.
Yes, sir.
And you say, our defense is better than the defense you guys had 10 years later. That's what you like to have look back on.
Yes, sir.
Just some insight tonight, Shane's Rib Shack, football in focus. That's what we're trying to get in focus with Addison Benton. Any other Bentons at Eastern Guilford before yourself?
My uncle played at Eastern.
I thought that name goes back a little bit.
Yes, sir. He played safety.
He was a good player too then.
Yes, sir.
Did he play any college football?
He went to Guilford College to play football.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And play defensive back there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how about yourself? Guilford College man already? Thinking about that?
I don't know. I'm thinking I want to go to ECU.
East Carolina's becoming a possibility then.
Yes, sir.
Terrell Pickett said the same thing. Maybe you guys get out as a package deal.
Hopefully.
Show some Eastern Guilford love to the people down in Greenville. Let's get a few questions for Addison here. Tomorrow night you'll be playing quarterback probably first on offense, maybe some wide receiver. Definitely going to be starting defensive back. First goal on that's going to be like pick a pass off, try to shut out the other team, definitely get the victory. So those are some of our football information we got settled. We're pretty clear on that.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay, what's been the key you think Eastern's success this year?
Key to success. We've gotten a whole lot better. The key to success, like everybody flies to the ball. Everybody loves to play. Everybody, we're a team. Nobody gets down on each other. Somebody makes a mistake, everybody's there to pick him up, make sure he doesn't get down on himself and stuff like that.
In that Eastern Guilford game, the Southern Guilford game, first game of the year for Eastern Guilford, that first game was not a setback. You guys bounced back after that, which is a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Some teams have lost like that. If I beat the guy the year before, I lose to him this year. Sometimes that kind of sets me back a week or two mentally, but you guys came out of that pretty well, in good shape, and went on and played well.
Yes, sir. Coach Rod made sure that a loss didn't get to our heads.
Can't let that first game get you down. Got to keep rolling forward. Is there one word or maybe a couple of words that would maybe best describe this year? Maybe good, possibly above average, fulfilling, unreal, maybe not bad, could be better. Is there a word or two that might describe this year for you?
It's a good season going so far. He's got to keep improving, and I feel like we can do that. We've improved every game so far this year.
Keep improving, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
the key. Do better this week than we did the week before.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. I like that. Beat all the teams except for Southern Guilford. What didn't go right in that game? I know it was a lot of it was about Reggie, but
Yes, sir.
what didn't go right in that Southern Guilford game, you think, for the most part?
This is Reggie.
Still, that's the way you can sum it up.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the film after that one?
Yes, sir.
Everybody
Yes,
just
sir.
kept seeing it number 25 going
Yes,
down the
sir.
field. And remember how many touchdowns he had that game? Any idea?
I think like 3 or 4. I'm not sure.
Seems to be the norm. You've told us what the Wildcats need to do to defeat Moorhead. Top 4 teams in your conference. Your team, also Northern, Eastern Alamance, Western Alamance. You
Yes, sir.
agree on that. Looking at that, who's other than yourself? Who's the best team? We know it's Northern. Between Eastern Alamance and Western Alamance, who's the third best team in that conference?
I would have to say Western Alamance.
Yeah,
They have a whole lot of weapons over there. I played with some of those guys during rec ball. Blake Deathridge, I went to elementary school with him. I know him. Donovan Apple, I played football with him in rec ball. So
I know those guys pretty well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I heard, maybe through the grapevine, I'd heard that the Deathridge brothers at one time may have been kind of living over toward that Eastern Guilford way, but their family later moved toward Western. Would have been interested to have Brock and Blake over there.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if I could get those guys over there to add what you guys got already, that would help the football. Plus, we both know, without a doubt, we could pull this rug off this table and throw it out the door. We know for a fact would have helped that baseball team.
Yes, sir.
Those two guys are crazy baseball players, as you well know.
Yes, sir.
Wild stuff, good stuff too. Other than Eastern, we talked about the tough teams. What makes a team like Northern so good and so tough to beat? Some people say they're unbeatable because they've won all these games. I think they lost maybe one game last year on the field. They lost 2 by forfeit. What makes this such a tough team?
They all play together. They have a lot of weapons everywhere on the field. You can look, they have no holes in their roster. All of them play together and they fly around.
Good thing you guys are doing tonight. You're bringing stuff out of my mind too. Made me think of that. I think of them. Maybe what you're talking about. It's like they're the program. It's about the program. That's what makes them so tough.
Yes, sir.
Just continuation of all that stuff they do.
Yes, sir.
Such a good program, and I just wonder. Don't want to see it happen in a bad way, but it'd be interesting to see what happens one day when that program does drop down a little bit, because they have not dropped down any levels.
So,
You know, Coach Roscoe left. The new coach came in and took over. Coach Thomas did very well. We lost the 2 games, like we said, because of using the JV player from the Thursday night game and the Friday night game. Then they got beat by Crest in that playoff game, small margin. Keep an eye on those guys. You look forward to that game too, though, right?
yes, sir. Can't wait for that game.
And it's at your place.
Yes, sir.
Boy, making me think of a lot of things. I'm thinking of things like we're talking about Eastern Guilford, maybe stretch it a bit, but do you let them take any? I know I'm bringing up another touchy subject, but do you let them take any of your turf? Remember the turf games when Northern would come in and get that turf?
Yeah.
Coach Loosemore, he hated that turf.
Yeah,
He did not like that. I remember that like it was yesterday. He did not want them taking any of your turf.
Yeah.
If you beat them, I wonder if they take the turf no matter where they go, or if they only take the turf when they win. But I was going to say, if you beat them, there's no need to take the turf. You don't want none of that turf if you beat them there.
Yes, sir.
That's what you got to do.
Yes, sir.
Eliminate it just like that. Talking with Addison Benton tonight, Shane's Rib Shack. Football player, baseball player, Eastern Guilford Wildcats. In the rematch with Southern. I need like to get them at your place. What do you do to stop? Or well, I can't stop. We can't stop him. We're going to slow him down. What do you do to slow down a guy like Reggie Gillespie?
Just plug up the holes. Make sure he doesn't run through the middle. Because I'm positive we can stop him from going outside. We have the speed to get to him. Just stop him from going inside and getting up those gaps.
You made me think of something else these guys talk about a lot today, and it's easier said than done. But gap responsibility. They say plug up those gaps. Play your do that. And if you can hold him in for a while till the other guys get there and jump on top, like I guess Mr. Pickett said, Terrell said, not just one man at the ball, but everybody on top of it.
Yes, sir.
At the same
Yes, sir.
time on every play.
Yes, sir.
It's almost one of those things, you know it's coming to him, but you got to wait till he gets there anyway. All right, now the toughest player or team you've ever gone up against?
My sophomore year when we faced against TJ Logan, he was a monster. He
One
was
of a kind,
fast.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fastest man I think you probably ever saw.
Yes, sir.
TJ Logan, Northern Guilford. The college team with your name on the back of the jersey, it's got number is again number 10. It's got Benton on the back. It's got 10 on the front, 10 on the back. What college would that be?
I would really like to go to ECU. Play football.
ECU.
Yes, sir.
Have you talked with those guys? You guys talked any?
No, sir.
You got to start the discussions later when they get the football season straight?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Don't want to put any ideas in your head. We'll just kind of leave it at that and let you take your business there. That's your business. If you weren't playing football on a Friday night, what would you be doing?
Probably just chilling, resting.
Yeah.
Probably going out, watching another game, seeing other teams play.
And if you, let's take it even deeper, you're not even a football player at all, what would you be doing?
I wasn't a football player at all.
Can you see yourself in that realm?
No, I can't see myself not playing football.
Here's another one I thought of. If I'm not playing football on a Friday night, I'm 10 feet under, which I don't want to be, but you'd have to be gone.
Yeah.
You're so dedicated to the sport, you have to be.
Yes, sir.
Everything you do, eat, sleep, and drink the football, and then do a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Homecoming activities, are they a distraction, or you guys just stay focused and work right on through?
We try not to let homecoming get to our heads. Coach Rob told us all week this week, don't let homecoming get to your head. Last year it got to our heads and we lost our homecoming game, but we didn't like that feeling. We don't want that feeling again
Who
this
was
year.
homecoming last year?
Williams.
That's the game, I'll tell you what, no disrespect toward Williams, I don't know them as good as I know you, but that's the game you should have won.
Yes, sir. We should have won that game.
Yeah, had to get that. That's part of the stepping stone. Moorhead's a stepping stone. Can't overlook that tomorrow night. Got to take care of business. Then you got to get Williams, and then you get your just reward. That's the next game. I think will be like Thanksgiving Day football. You know, you got your chance to try to beat somebody you really want to play and want to play bad when
Yes,
you
sir.
get Northern.
Yes, sir.
Keep them rolling here. Shane's Red Shack for a Thursday. First coach ever?
First coach ever, Lee Bird.
Lee Bird. What team?
Gibsonville Yellow Jackets.
That was the team of the Deathridge brothers and those guys?
I played with Donovan Apple.
Gotcha, Donovan Apple.
He plays running back for Western Alabama.
They've got a McCollum kid there, too. Do you know him at all?
CJ, he plays quarterback.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know him, but he's a pretty good athlete.
There's a line down there near Gibsonville. When you go to Western Alamance, down around Elon, there's a line that a lot of guys cross over playing some sports. Down that little, you go down 70 and you cross that little line. There's a lot of guys near each other.
Yeah.
They kind of mesh together and play together in sports. Western Alamance, good talent. Eastern Guilford, very good talent. But you look forward to that game too.
Yes,
It's got all his friends. That's
Yes,
that's like a homecoming game when it's not like a reunion game.
Yes,
Best coach ever.
Best coach ever, probably be Coach Rob. Coach Rob, he pushes us. Like, I love Coach Rob. I call him my dad. He's a good coach. He pushes us. He pushes us to the limit. He knows what our ability is, and he knows what we can do.
He does it all for the right reasons
Yes,
too.
sir. Yes, sir.
Good man to have on board, Coach Doug Robertson, Eastern Guilford Wildcats. We got Addison Benton with us. Talked with Terrell Pickett. Also talked to Jacob Finnerty and Jarius Moorhead. Best teacher ever at Eastern Guilford.
Probably Miss Hollingsworth.
Hollingsworth. Okay,
Yes,
what's
sir.
she teach?
I have her for AP Human Geography.
Human geography.
Yes, sir.
Is that, did I say that right? Human geography?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, man. That sounds like almost like a medical course in some ways. Human geography. Is that like a map of the human inside or whatever?
Nah, it's about the world, like different maps, how to read maps, and like populations and stuff like that.
Interesting. So reading the maps in. I got you.
Yes, sir.
And looking at the lay of the land for those different regions and stuff
Yes,
too?
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you see some of those maps, it'd be like raised sections on those maps. You can see like the hill countries and
Yes.
things like that.
Yes, sir.
Human geography. Mrs. Hollingsworth?
Yes, sir.
Let's give her a shout out tonight. Ms. Hollingsworth at Eastern Guilford. Toughest class.
Toughest AP Human Geography.
There it is. How are you doing in there right now?
So I'm doing pretty good so far. Just gotta make sure I keep doing my key issues packet. Make sure I keep doing that.
Do they give you any tests when you get a test? Is it like a geography map that you got to fill in stuff and things like that?
It's just questions asking about maps and like different populations and stuff like that.
Gotcha. I wish I could think of my man at Eastern Guilford last year. I got to see if I can think of his name before I leave. The guy helped with his senior project last year. So that guy's name ever comes back. Jaquan. Okay, that's not going to help you much. That was his first name. I'll think of him before we leave, possibly. Jaquan. I can't remember that dude's name. He used to come down to Eastern Guilford. I don't think that guy would have graduated. I didn't do his senior project for him. Just ran into him last year through the basketball coach at Eastern Guilford. Coach Spinks. There we go.
Yes,
Coach, is it Joe Spinks?
I'm not sure what his first name
Joseph Spinks, as in Joe Spinks. There we go. Getting it covered. We're going to cover Eastern Guilford and Gibsonville like a map tonight with Addison Benton. Least likely to win the Man of the Month. Would that be Ray Rice, Greg Hardy, Adrian Peterson, or Steve Smith?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice is the man. He will not be named the Man of the Month for September. October, brand new month. Hadn't heard much about those guys. It's been kind of quiet this week. I was telling the other guys, don't know what's going on there. Minnesota or Green Bay tonight?
Minnesota.
Vikings to win. NC State or Clemson on Saturday?
Clemson.
Yep, you're being realistic.
I
Want to
can't.
support Jarius, but you're being
I'm sorry,
realistic.
Jarius, but I had to go to Clemson.
Do you think there's going to be a little bit of a letdown on State since they played so good against Florida State, or just going to be tough playing at Clemson? What's the
I'm
deal?
pretty sure they'll come back and they'll play even harder against Clemson.
But Clemson's still going to be too much.
Clemson's gonna be too much.
Being honest with us, good call. No Sammy Watkins. They haven't got him, but they've got a pretty darn good team at Clemson this year. What about other possibilities? Virginia Tech or North Carolina at North Carolina?
Virginia Tech.
Yep, Hokies to win in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill, that'd be 3 straight losses. Man, you hope that Virginia Tech doesn't score 50-plus points. If so, Carolina may be making a coaching change
Yes, sir.
on the defensive side anyway. Wake Forest, Florida State. Any thoughts about that one?
Florida State.
Florida State,
Florida State.
no doubt. Bears and Panthers. How does that end up?
The Bears.
Bears win.
So
Wow.
that's Terrell's favorite team is the Panthers, but I had to go with the Bears.
Got to go with the Bears. Coming to Charlotte, going to win there. That's going to be a tough loss. That'll be 3 straight losses for the Panthers. Win the first 2, going to lose 3 in a row.
So
Interesting. You had to make the selection with a quick energy food. You go with a Kit Kat bar, the Snickers, Mr. Good bar, a pack of peanut. It's going to be harder to digest the peanut M&Ms, but with the peanuts, they give you more energy. Or the apple.
I had to go with Snickers. That's my favorite candy.
That works.
Yes, sir.
It's a little tough sometimes to digest that because it's kind of a thick caramel type formation or composition, you might say. That'll probably help you get that energy, but I still like the Good bar. Give me a Good bar, I can chew 2 of those up. I could be down at the Coliseum in 10 minutes on foot. Late night snack, do you eat those? Should you eat those, or do you have a midnight snack you like?
I like a whole bunch of midnight snacks. I'm always eating midnight snacks, whether it be chips, cereal, anything.
Yeah, some dry cereal would be pretty good. Man, I would love to have some sugar smacks, right? You ever had those?
Yes, sir. They're good.
Sugar Pops are pretty good, too. I don't know if they still got Sugar Pops in the market. With Sugar Smacks, that's a good snack.
Yes, sir.
You eat so many of those out of the box, and you say, I want to get some milk, too. You go ahead and put them in a bowl of milk. Love those Sugar Smacks. How about the answer? What do you got to do to beat Moorhead?
Keep them from getting outside with their speed. Keep them inside. Make sure we all swarm to the ball, and make sure if we face any adversity, make sure we can overcome it.
I've had time to think about this. I've got another answer to go here, too. While you guys are talking, I'm thinking, here's my answer. If the coach asks me, and I've got plenty of time to think about this, and I'm being real intellectual, I'm telling the coach, what are you going to do to beat Moorhead? Step on the field. So we got to do. We step on the field, because if we step on the field, we should be ready. We've been practicing. We've been getting ready for this game. This is our homecoming game. We step on the field, we should be in good shape.
Yes, sir.
All we got to do is cross that line, we're ready to go. I hope that's the case. If it's been a good week, it's been a good week of practice.
Yes, sir. It's been a very good week of practice.
It means a lot too. All we got to do is step on that field, we're ready to go. Favorite TV show?
Probably Criminal Minds.
Man, that's a good call. It's a great show. They got a new woman on there, this Jessica Love Hewitt or someone's joined that show. I didn't get to watch last night, but I even like that show in reruns. Man, it's almost as scary watching those Saturday night reruns on Channel 2 at about 11:30 as watching the real thing.
Yeah, I watch it on Netflix all the time.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I even like the early ones. There's some crazy characters. I mean, I guess actors. I don't like calling them characters because they almost seem like real people.
Yeah.
But they're good. The skinny guy on there. I can't remember what his first name is.
Reed.
Reed. Yeah, Dr. Reed. Yeah, that guy's a good actor.
Yeah.
And I like it. I know we got to break out. You guys have to travel soon, but it's interesting to watch those shows in the last 6, 7, 8 years and see how the characters change in looks over the years. Reed one time he had hair, not hair. Now he's got shorter hair. All these people change in their looks. I'll tell you another guy I like. I like the early shows. They had the guy on there, Matty or Marty Panikin, what his name was, that actor. You know, he played the guy with the beard and the mustache, the Fu Manchu's there now. He's got that guy's spot. But you remember back in the early days. Can't remember that character's name on that show, but I know we know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
They go through some changes. But Hotch, there you go.
Yeah,
Hotchner. Mr. Hotchner, his characters stay pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good show. Sometimes it gets a little gory, but it's a very good show.
Very good show.
Good stuff. Well, favorite radio show or radio station? You got one of those?
102 Jams.
Any favorite people on that show or that station?
I just like listen to the music.
Yeah. Don't they get into other stuff, just the music? So they still do the Thursday night football show? They used to do one. They still do that, do you know?
I don't know if they still do that, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure.
Turk Sims, Coach Turk used to do the show back in the day. May not still be there. Did a very good job.
Thank you.
Criminal Minds. I'm trying to make up another show I watched there last night. That show that came up. You like that show, Person of Interest? Ever watch that show? No Person of Interest? It's a pretty serious show. It's pretty good too. I'm trying to remember the show that came on after Criminal Minds last night. I enjoy those CSI shows occasionally too. Sometimes they may have too many of them, but I've always enjoyed those programs as well. What are you going to do when you get out of college? You think, what type of work do you think you might do?
I want to go to FBI.
Yeah, that's the place to go. Get in there, you're set for life.
Yes, sir.
Keep working hard. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Get the shutout. You can't lose. If you get the shutout, there's no way you can lose.
Yes, sir.
You got to at least get a tie. There's going to be a tie, be overtime. Get the shutout, you'll win.
Yes, sir.
Keep it rolling. Dennis, you going to rejoin us? Eastern kids did.